Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Henry and Susan here, and we are going to be talking about how much does it cost to start a solar panel cleaning business in 2023. So I get this question a lot when it comes down to how much money does it take to start uh, this business? And two of the questions would be number one. Number two is it still profitable to start a solar panel cleaning business? Is it still profitable to do that? Now, I want to talk about this because there's a lot of you that want to get into the solar panel cleaning business, but yet don't have the money to do it. Um, and that could be a really big problem for a lot of you. And I want to bring this out here because there's a lot of guys out here that watch me, and there's a lot of guys out here that copy me. There's a lot of guys out here that take my information, start their own YouTube channel, and give out bad information. Now, uh, I'm the type of person that I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, whatever. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. When you watch my channel, you're watching me. You're watching the information that I'm giving out to you guys. Now, some things that I say is very harsh. Some of these things that I say, you guys might take personal. Um, but that's who I am. That's who I've always been. I've always been in my businesses, and I make my businesses grow. And in order for me to do that, I have to, experience the negative, experience the positive. Yesterday we got a phone call. Somebody called us, a big corporation, and this corporation basically is one of the largest here in California, and they're growing tremendously. Now, they asked us to give them a price on solar panel cleaning and what have you. So they reached out to me around 10 o'clock in the morning. By 12 o'clock, I was there. Susan and I were there, and we were counting the solar panels on top of the roof, counting the solar panels on the carports, and you know, and by the end of the day, we're putting a bid in for it. And one of the questions I asked, well, when do you want these done? And the answer was as soon as possible. As soon as you can get that bid in there, um, let me know. And this all comes down to this: you got to position yourself, your company, to where they're calling you, you're not calling them. And if you can do that, you're doing something right. One of my biggest things is marketing. I spend a lot of money on marketing. And when I hear guys out here that are saying, um, giving out things like it costs maybe 10,000, 20, $20,000 to start your business. And, I've heard one person on YouTube that's brand new says $13,000 you can start this business. And that's designed for them to fail, because anybody who has a business and anybody who knows about business is you have to spend money in order to make money. And it's not just about buying equipment, okay? You can buy the best equipment in the world, but if you don't know how to run a business, then you have no business being in business. If you are expecting to come into an industry that is young, it is moving, and people are, calling about, this industry and saying, I need service. Um, you have to be prepared for it. And when I say prepared for it, you have to be well prepared for it. You can't have the cheapest stuff out there. You can't, because you just never know who's going to call you. Uh, we were called yesterday, like I said, and there's over 5,000 solar panels that need to be cleaned. Now, if you're in the business and you have just the simple equipment, then you're never going to make it, because when they sit there and say, well, I need you to clean 5,000 panels and I need you to clean them like yesterday, what are you going to say to them? What can you possibly say? And we get customers, and it seemed like today was one of those days where we got customers that were so nitpicky. And when I say nitpicky, they were simple houses, 1-story homes with 9 panels on it. And what did they want from us today? What were they asking for?
A contract.
A contract. I said, ma'am, I don't give out contracts to residential. There's no need. Well, I need to know exactly what you're doing and how you're going to do the process. And it was like me trying to sell myself on a 1-story home with 9 panels when I got bigger fish to fry with 5,000 solar panels and a huge corporation that people well know. They know this company, and it's
a brand new facility that they just moved in 2 months ago,
and
and they were adding panels while we were there.
they were literally putting panels on and needed somebody to clean them. And the thing was, here's the beauty part about it, was they basically said to us, I don't care what you charge, we have no limit. We pay cash for everything. And so when they say that, it's another thing too that they did say was, I don't want you to go cheap. I want you to make money off of us. These are the words that are coming out of the person who's making the decision, out of his mouth, and basically saying, yeah, whatever it takes. If you charge me this, you charge me that. Charge enough to where you're going to make money. And by the way, I'm thinking about getting these solar panels cleaned every other month. That's what I want. So we go, okay. So it's no longer 3 cleanings a year, 4 cleanings a year. It's 6 cleanings a year. And you don't have a budget. So you have to be prepared for that. And when they go out there and they said, oh, by the way, do you do windows? And Susan said, yeah, we do windows. Give me a price on all the windows on our brand new building to get them cleaned all the way around, and send that in a separate invoice. So we were like, okay, no problem. By the end of the night, I had the invoice ready, and I sent it to them, and they had it in the morning, literally. So it's you reacting to it. It's you going out there and looking out for stuff like this, because they could be knocking at your front door, and you have to be prepared. And this is why the subject is, how much money are you willing to spend on your solar panel cleaning business? Okay, it's like this. You can go in and you can say, I'm going to buy the cheapest equipment. I'm going to make a little bit of money, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to work um, for the summer months or for whatever, and just, have an extra income. Um, or I'm going to do this after my full-time job. I get people calling me all the time. I'm sick of my job. And I'm not the guy that's going to sit there and tell you, um, that it's all going to be, roses when you come and you get into this business. You have to work in this business. You have to go out there and show what you're worth. And one of the things that this guy that I was talking to yesterday, um, he brought up the fact that he cannot stand a company that the boss doesn't work. And I said, I am on every single job and I make sure my guys are doing what they should be doing and I'm accountable for it. Nobody has SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning attached to them other than us. It's my company, our company. This is it. I have to answer to all the mistakes. I have to answer to the guys that cannot perform, that cannot do it, or walk off the job, or what have you, or good things. You never know. So this is where you guys need to really focus on how serious do you guys want your business to be? Is it going to be just going out there and cleaning panels for residential? There's 3 steps, guys. 3 steps. Residential, commercial, and industrial. Okay? Those are the 3 steps. You get into residential. You start residential first. A lot of guys, what do?
They want to get to commercial.
They want to go straight into commercial. They want to skip the first step, which they don't realize the first step actually can make them a lot of money. The first step can go out there and make them tons and tons of money. You're talking $500, $1,000 a day. You add that up. If you got, one job could be $1,500. One job could be $2,000. Just depends what you're doing. We've had those days. We had them last week. And so when you go out there and at the end of the month, you calculate all your profits and what you've made for the whole month, you'll be surprised. You guys out there can make $20,000, $30,000 a month if they do things right. If they go out there and look for the right businesses, the right residential, the right industrial, you name it. The sky's the limit. It just depends. There's guys out here that are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on equipment. Thousands of dollars. And that's what they go. They say, no, I want to be the big dog. I want to be the guy up on top. And then there's guys out here that are got a bucket and a mop and spraying with the garden hose and call themselves solar panel cleaners. Okay. And so it just depends where you want to start out with this business. If you want to take it seriously, take it seriously. If you want to sit there and be a weekend warrior, and when I say a weekend warrior, it's just you got a full-time job and you're going out there and you're just doing stuff on the weekends. Let me tell you something. When this phone rings, it can ring at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning and people don't want to hear, I can get your stuff 2 weeks down the road. Am I correct? When do they want it?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. So if you are working your solar business full time, then you can go out there and work it every single day. And I'll get to you guys here on chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free just to put them in chat. I'll get to everybody here. I want to talk about this because I think this is important that we go out there and we talk about this because it's a big subject, right? People get onto YouTube and the first question is, what's my startup cost? What's this? Well, let's talk about startup costs. Okay, let's talk about what it takes to start this business. Now, one person on their video that's teaching this stuff sat there and said, Startup cost could be around $13,000. Well, let's analyze that. If you were to buy a vehicle, just say a van, okay, you're roughly looking in the neighborhood of $20,000 to $40,000 just for an enclosed cargo van, a what have you. Even if you got it used, you're still looking at least, we're going to say $30,000 right off the top. Now, you got to ensure that. You got to make sure all the stuff that you put inside of that particular vehicle, we'll say a brand new skid, we'll say a couple of brushes, high-end rotary brushes, a purification system, we'll say that's another $20,000 right off the top. And that's being conservative. That's not including your insurance. You got to get your insurance, workman's comp, general liability. There's a lot of other things that you are going to spend just on insurance itself. Say you want to get your vehicle wrapped, and that's another couple of $1,000 if you're lucky. So we'll add another, I don't know, $10,000 on top of that. Now, what do I spend most of my money on every single month when it comes to this business?
Equipment.
Not equipment, marketing.
That too.
Marketing is, I spend a lot of money on marketing. So when I go out there, I'm marketing everywhere. And that's just it. There are guys out here that are not marketing themselves correctly. And you can spend easily $4,000, $5,000 just on marketing if you're going to do a budget like mine and go out there. But you get phone calls. And that's the whole idea of marketing. There's free stuff out there that you guys can do for free. But think of it this way. Everybody else has the same idea that you have. They're doing it for free. And they're on the same platforms. So when they're on the same platforms, they're basically doing exactly what you're doing, and that's your competition. So for me, marketing is a huge, huge thing. Now, we we did a marketing campaign. It was a brand new one. I think I talked about this about a week ago.
We had a company that reached out to us and wanted to know if they wanted
to do some
mailers created, and they did. And they sent them out to the city that we
requested,
and we got about 4 or 5 phone calls
from
the flyer.
And we asked them, hey, can we take a look at the flyer? Can you take a look at what it looked like? Because we didn't even know. All we knew is it came in the mail, and we were getting phone calls. And we went ahead and we put this up there in a higher money.
A very nice location.
Nice neighborhood. Okay. Very, very nice.
Nice city.
City in Orange County. And so we went out there and we started getting these calls, and we were booking them. And we even priced it higher because we had to go further. And guess what? They went for it. And we've been going out there. And so we know that it's actually working. And that's a good thing, that it is working, but we're willing to try it out. We gave it a shot, and we said, okay. And he says, look, if it works, let me know, and we'll give you any city you want in Southern California, whether it's Orange County, Riverside County, LA County. We said, no problem. And, so we got to give him a call back saying, you know what, it's actually working. I want these cities, and I'll concentrate on those particular cities for certain things, for bird proofing, for solar panel cleaning, for commercial, industrial, we're going to really target that this summer. So we should get a lot of business when it comes to that. But at the same time, we're out here really pushing it. And I talked about my training, my courses, and stuff like that. And believe it or not, I'm getting people signing up for my courses. And people told me it was too expensive. I said, no, it's not. It's not expensive for good education. And I always tell them like this. I said, look, you're either on the fast track at Disneyland, you're at the front of the line, that's where you want to be, then that's where you got to take that course. And when you take that course, that's my Zoom call. My Zoom call in one-on-one with me and you, and we put you on that fast track. And we put you on there with these big companies and and you have the confidence to go out there and start going after it. But first, I need to make sure you are equipped, you're ready to go, and you can handle it. Because one of the things is a lot of people will go and they'll do that, but they can't handle the work. They can't handle out there, what's out there. And when somebody calls you and says, "Oh, can you give me a price on 5,000 solar panels?" You got to have that confidence to go, "Sure, no problem. What do you got? How many megawatts is it?" And so, we go out there and we meet up with them, and we talk to them one-on-one. Well, what do you need? Well, I need a W-9. I need your business license. I need insurance. I need a COI. I need this. I need that. Okay, no problem. And I will literally have that in my hand when I meet that person, like I did yesterday. I had all that information, handed it to him, and you know how impressed he was when he saw that? It was like, wow, okay. And he's on the phone talking to somebody else saying, I got a good feeling about this company. And when he's saying that and you're overhearing it, then you know you did something right. You want to add anything to that?
He is a very, very nice guy.
Yeah.
Very easy to talk to, but straightforward. And when we heard him say, don't go low, go what's going to make you money. So I don't know how many people you have run into, corporate people that say that to you. But because this company is so big that money was no object.
Right.
So
money was no object.
we
at
are
all.
hoping that we get it because they are big.
Expanding, and they're also expanding. And he already is talking to us about the newer expansion, which is double the size, and it's out of state, and he wants us to go take care of that too. So we had a really good meeting, and we're hoping we get it. And if we do get it, that's going to be huge because we're going to have to make some adjustments. And when I say make adjustments, it's for the good. It's for the good. We got to really evaluate which direction that we're going to go as a company. And so,
because we want to make them happy.
Yeah, and that's
all the time.
And making them happy is going out there, showing them that you can go out there and do the job, and do that and get that taken care of. So, and we're able to do that. That's another. I have that confidence to go out there and say, yeah, no problem, we'll take care of it. Even if it takes us an extra day, we'll take care of it, and we'll get that done. So, I see the guys coming up here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I see comments over here in the chat room. We'll get to those. But give me some, and guys, especially in the chat room, let's talk about this. What do you guys want to see? Ask us the questions that you would ask us about starting a company and what you guys are looking for when you are getting into the solar panel field. Just let's concentrate on that, okay? Give us the hard questions because we want to be able to answer those questions. Um, so all you guys that are on chat that are talking to each other, think about this. Think about a question that you can ask us about if you were just getting into the solar panel industry, cleaning industry. What question would you ask? And at the same time, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to smash that at all. I'm sure you guys saw the video that I just put out today with uh, deteriorating solar panels. They have a 25-year warranty, Tesla solar panels, and they're already micro cracks from the inside and eating up at the solar cells, and a lot of damage. After I cleaned them, I took pictures, I showed it to the customer, and went out there, and the customer is contacting Tesla, and most likely those panels have to be replaced. Do you guys run into customers that are very, very difficult, difficult to work with? I had a customer calling me today about bird proofing. And one of the things that when I talked to him, she was very short. And she was like, well, tell me what you do. Tell me what you charge per panel. Tell me what you do here and what you do this. And before I could even get into it, I already knew that customer was going to be a difficult customer. Now, when they sit there and they say, okay, so if the birds come back and they just sit on my on the top of my house, but they don't go underneath the panels, what kind of guarantee can you give on those? And I just simply told her, ma'am, I can't guarantee where a pigeon's going to land. I can't guarantee a plane's not going to fall out of the sky. I can't guarantee any of that. So if anybody goes out and tries to give you a guarantee, then, the only thing I can guarantee is when I sealed up those panels, pigeons aren't getting underneath there. That's what I can guarantee. I got a 10-year guarantee on it. And so I will guarantee that for 10 years. And she goes, okay. Then I had another customer today that called us. Wanted what from us?
Wanted the efficiency
No,
of the panels.
that was the other customer. This customer, one-story house, wanted us to send them an email.
Oh, to go step by step on the process of cleaning the panels.
To clean the panels. Also, what she wanted was a contract. Yeah. We don't do contracts for residential. And I basically told her that we don't do contracts unless we are cleaning 5 to 6 times a year. Then we'll draw a contract. Usually on the contracts, they're for commercial or industrial.
And they do their own.
And they do their own contracts. A lot of times when a company says, we'll do the contract, it's in the company's writing. It's in their best interest to do that. Not in the best interest of the solar panel cleaner to go out there and do a contract for them. So that's not going to work. I don't waste my time with written contracts with residential, because if you're only charging $180 to $200 or $250 a pop, or even $100 a pop or $50 a pop to go out there and clean solar panels. Some of you guys are out there doing it for $20. Then yeah, draw up a contract and see how far that gets you. It's a complete waste of time and energy. I can use my time and energy on cleaning 5,000 solar panels.
When you clean your solar panels, make sure you're careful on how you handle the brush.
Well, that
on the panels.
Okay. So where did that come from today? We watched a video of a so-called expert that is following all my advice. And he was on top of a roof live today. And it was a joke. He was using a brush And if you watch the video very, very carefully, he does not know how to handle that brush, period. Susan can run a brush much smoother than that. And I'm being, I don't know what to say, but if you're going to coach and you're going to teach and you're going to ask people and you're going to tell people, hey, if you have anything that you want to learn, just contact me. But yet, on the same breath, he's got another video out there saying, don't call me if you're just going to try to pick my brain for prices. I don't want to waste your time and you don't want to waste my time. But yet you can go out there and do that. And I don't want to be mean about it, but at the same time, you can literally look at some of these videos out there and you can see who actually has experience with their equipment, using their equipment, or throwing out a facade out there showing you how well you can really work this equipment. And you're sitting there doing this and it falling off the edge of the solar panel with one deep, and you sit there and you just, I was watching it for about 20 seconds and I shut it off because it was so bad and I was done with it. And so, but there are guys out there teaching the stuff, so it just depends. Look, I'm going to be honest with you and I'm going to sit here and tell you guys, I don't care if you watch my channel. I don't care if you follow me or if you don't follow me. There's guys out here that I got haters too. Trust me, I do. And they try to get on and they try to get into the chat room and they start talking all this mess and what have you. And I see it, but that's okay. If you don't want to watch us, don't watch us.
If you don't have anything nice to say,
don't say it at all. Period. Now, we're here to educate. We're here to show you. I've been in this business for over 3 years. I got big contracts. I've done solar farms. I've done commercial buildings. I've done rooftops. I've done everything. Carports, you name it. I've done it. I've done 10,000 panels at a time, 20,000 panels at a time. I've done it. And I show it in my videos. You see these new guys out here and they're talking, oh, we're buying another van. Why would you buy another van when you're not making money off the first one in the first place? I don't get it. If you're in Central California, Northern California, and it rained for the last 4 months and you're thinking about buying another van, you must have a lot of business nobody knows about. Because the last time that I checked, when it was raining, nobody was calling. There is more business right now, not for solar panel cleaning residential, bird proofing. I tell you the reason why there's more business for bird proofing. There's more birds out there. There is a lot more birds out there doing their thing. And so
does it matter what brush you use when it's a first-time customer as opposed to a repeat customer?
Well, one guy uses one brush one time and one guy uses the another brush the second time around because the bristles on this brush is better than the bristles on this brush, which to me doesn't make sense, because if it's 6 months down the road and he tells me I use this brush 6 months down the road, well, 6 months it still gets dirty. 6 months is still dirt on it. 6 months it's not cleaner than what it was. I tell you that right now. This is why companies get their stuff clean every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, because they know the importance of the productivity. And when you're teaching shit like that, it irritates me. Sorry, I don't mean this, but it does, because it doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't. It's a matter of what you can afford and what you're working with right now. Now, if you got a simple water-fed brush, more power to you. If you can clean panels with just a water-fed pole and brush, and you're doing 10, you're doing 20, no problem. But don't tackle the jobs that that we can go out there and don't tackle those jobs. Yeah, that you're gonna try to do 5,000 solar panels like we just got called yesterday on. But the time that we went out there and we counted all the solar panels that needed to be cleaned for that one company, it was 5,000, little over 5,000 solar panels. So, and we could be doing that next week for all we know. All we got to do is wait for that phone call saying, when can you start? Because that's how it usually works. Sometimes when you get into this business, there's things that you have to be prepared for. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about, I have a major corporation, major, big corporation that I clean the panels for, and I do windows for, and I do security systems for. And this major corporation pays me 90 days. So what I do is I pay my workers, I pay my guys right after the job is done, they get paid. I have to wait 90 days for my money from this corporation.
So it's always important when you put a bid on a company, you ask them, when do they pay you as a vendor? Do they pay you 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or do they pay you in a couple of days?
And the funny thing is, this company that we dealt with yesterday pays cash. And so when Susan said, when do you pay? Do you pay net 90? He's like, what's that? And when I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him, and he goes, what's a net 90? And we explained it to him. We said, oh, well, it's 90 days after the job is done is when the company turns around and pays us. He goes, oh no, we pay cash. As a matter of fact, we pay cash for this building that you're standing on. We paid cash for. That building was a mile long. And so we sat there and go, okay, hey, cash is king.
But this guy, super nice guy. He's a very nice guy to talk to.
And what did he say? What did he say after we get the job done, 5,000 solar panels, 100 and something windows, when we get all that done, when do we get paid?
He said in a couple of days.
In a couple of days. He will have a check for us. There you go. And
That's how big this company is. So they have the money.
They have the money. And I can't say anything because we just don't have it yet. So I don't want to sit there.
We're hoping to get it
today.
But when we do,
we
will let you know.
We'll let you know that everything is good. And I'm sure you'll see us on top of the roof cleaning 5,000 solar panels fairly quickly. So, I'm just kind of looking at some of these here, but if you guys have any questions about startup, let us know about startup. That's one of the things I want to talk about was cost for startup, because cost for startup, guys out there are thinking about getting into this business for $15,000, not going to make it.
So you also give into consideration, the vehicle you're going to be using, the wrap to advertise your company, and the equipment that you're going to use. All that goes into play when starting up your business.
If you're going to decide to do that, what kind of marketing are you going to do? All that, and so forth. Let's start answering some of these questions here, because I want to get into some of the questions here and say hello to a few of you guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in there, and we'll sit there and answer them as we are reading through them. Don't forget to give us a like, a thumbs up. Appreciate that.
Petra's here.
What's up there, Petra? Petra's the first one. Says, hi, everyone. Spotless Solar Experts also says hello.
Michael Riddle. I just got my LLC last week. New solar panel cleaning company in New Jersey. Riddle on the Roof Solar LLC. Just waiting on my insurance before I get rolling. I like that name.
I like the name. Riddle on the Roof. That's pretty cool. You better wrap that vehicle. Mike, wrap that vehicle. It'd be the best thing that you ever did. Make sure people see who you are. And with that name right there in New Jersey, I'll look for you.
Make sure you get insurance on your equipment.
Right. A lot of people don't get insurance on their equipment. There's several things that you guys need to do. Make sure you always have a fire extinguisher in your vehicle just in case anything is to happen. And make sure you are covered with your insurance. Ask your insurance agent if the stuff inside your vehicle is covered. And
the wrap around your vehicle. That's a whole separate.
That's a whole separate insurance for your wrap. So because usually after the fact, when you get it insured and you add that on, that's an add-on. And ask your insurance company if you can insure the wrap, because make a long story short, a couple of our workers wrecked the van. I had to get the back tailgate replaced and rewrapped, and the wrap didn't come.
It wasn't covered.
It wasn't covered. And we didn't find out. I didn't find that out till after the fact. And I had to pay an additional $2,000 for the wrap.
Out of pocket.
Out of pocket. So a lesson well learned. Solar washers plus.
I spent $20,000 and it's still not enough, but I'm out here doing it.
That's right. Great. Awesome. Solar washers plus. I mean, you learn, and you learn the hard way, right? And Spotless Solar Extra says, that's right, Solar Washers Plus, keep hustling. There you go. Petra says, that's great. She also says, hi, Susan. So hello. Rule of thumb, 5% of 15% of the
5 to 15%.
Oh, 5 to 15% of gross sales. Yes, absolutely. Danny Riddle, what's going on there, Danny? Just talk to Danny. Danny Riddle is listening. Solar Washers Plus says upper class locations rock. Yes, they're willing to pay whatever they're willing to pay. Petra says Valpak works great in our area. Yes, it does. JJG, is door-to-door service sales illegal in California? I don't know if it's illegal, but that's not what we do. It's mailers. So it actually goes to the post office, and the post office delivers that in your mailbox. So it's not door-to-door sales that we just did.
JJG, did you happen to get your insurance through Ulysses?
Oh, that's right. He was on last week, I think. Asking these questions. But Petra says, JJG, not that I know of, just don't knock on the door that says no solicitation.
That's what I do.
JJG.
I see a house that says no solicitation.
Right.
I don't put a mailer or a flyer.
A door tag. We do door tags when we go out and we clean solar panels and we see other solar panels around in the area. We will leave a door tag on the door, but we don't knock on the door. We just simply leave it on the door. And then when the customer or the person comes out of their home, they see that, and then we offer a $20 off as an incentive.
But even if you don't door knock or don't leave a flyer, if no solicitation, because they don't want anything.
Yeah, if it says no solicitation, usually we'll just sit there and just we won't even put a door. We won't put a door hanger on there. As soon as we see it, you walk away. You turn around and walk away, and that's probably the best thing to do. All Solar Cleaning Services. Juan from Orlando, Florida says hello from Orlando, Florida.
You're in Florida, the company that we possibly might be getting.
That's right.
They are looking into
building a building
in Florida.
And they had asked us
if we know somebody.
In Florida, and I said, as a matter of fact.
So within a couple of years, maybe
they're still building it.
They're still in the process of trying to get the ball rolling on that.
He did mention there's other states that he wants us to go to, so we have to look at that also. So we got to be really careful when we work out of state too, because when we work out of state, we have to go and get a temporary business license if we can get one, and throughout that state, and then do some work. So,
Hey, Tara Lynn.
where's Tara Lynn at?
Right there.
Oh, hello, Tara Lynn.
Tara Lynn, Vegas. Golden Knights are doing very well. Could be it.
Could be it. Golden Knights hockey. What's up there, David? Right, why you can't even say that name if I wanted to. Bird-proof 32 panels with a crew of 3 in 6 hours. Today's job was priced at $2,450. $2,450. We are at the higher end of our market. Curious how pricing in SoCal is. We're in Sacramento. You know what? 32 panels at $2,400 is a very reasonable price. You're cheap, actually. Probably would have went a little higher for that on my end here, and we usually get them. As a matter of fact, we had 4 people call us for bird proofing today. 4 with our, and so and we're buying more stuff. We just booked a couple of jobs, so we're happy about that for next week and getting that taken care of. You guys are gonna find out. Summer is coming. It's not, even though it's here, it's not really here. It's like it's not hot yet in some locations. Like here, it's very unusual that we're getting a lot of the June gloom. That we're very comfortable. 80 degrees, 75 degrees, 70 degrees. In some locations, still 60 degrees here in Southern California. So working and cleaning panels right now is great. Love it. And yeah, so good job in Sacramento, by the way. Danny says, Henry, give your numbers so we can get the bird-proof mesh. Oh, he just gave it to you right there. It's 909-552-1381. You can either give me a call or text message me. I will send you the price list, and you will have that. Okay. Modern Addiction says, hey, Henry, called you earlier. You helped me with my pump. Everything is working smoothly. Thank you. There you go. Appreciate it. See, you called me and I got it working for you. There you go.
What did you help him with?
I helped him with his pump. His pump was not, water wasn't coming out of it. He had an air bubble in it. So basically we had to loosen up some connectors and prime it, get it to where all the water's coming out, plug it back in, start it back up, and he was back in business, ready to roll. He just got his equipment, so needed a little help on that, and I was able to help him out. So there we go. JJG says, do you recommend getting an LLC before getting your first job? No. Nope. I didn't get my LLC for SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning till 2 years after I was in business. And that's because my tax accountant said you need to get one now because you're making quite a bit of money. Why would you go out and get an LLC first for a company that you don't even know exists and you don't even know is making money? That's foolish. Now, if an LLC is there to protect your assets, it's there to protect you. I am not giving out legal advice. Let's make that clear right now. You could do whatever you want. But I had a very smart tax person tell me, why would you go out there and get an LLC for a company you don't even know that's going to make you money? You ask yourself that question. When you go out there and you start making money and you start going out there and bringing in an income every single month, then you should be looking at some type of corporation. But I'm going to tell you this. You can start up as a sole proprietor, get yourself a business license, And if you want to work for a big corporation, a Fortune 500 company, they do not require you to have an LLC. As long as you're a sole proprietor, no problem. You can do that. So there you go. And when I hesitate on that, I hesitated because I wanted to make sure you understood that it was 2 years before I got my third LLC for my third company that made me money. And that was 2 years later. So there you go. Solar Watchers Plus says, "What's up there, Spotless?" Spotless says, "What's up, brother?" Quentin Ashton Solar Panel Cleaning here. What's up there, guys? A lot of guys from solar companies chiming in today. Quentin says, customer wanted 42 panels, array, bird proofing, and pressure wash roof. She got me down to $2,700. Is that reasonable? What are you worth? That's the question that you should be asking yourself. You price what you're worth. I have done solar panels, bird proofing, 55 panels for $4,500. 55 panels for $4,500. And they went for it. And when I say this, there are guys out here that are doing it for less than $1,000. I know that. I get that. You know what? Let them do it. They put the cheap stuff in there. They go out there and they don't clean underneath. They don't do something. There's something that they don't do. Maybe they don't have insurance. Maybe they're not covered for certain things. Maybe they're not giving out a warranty. Maybe they're not giving out a guarantee. Maybe they're not doing a lot of stuff and charging only $800, $700, $500. You got to be aware. Got to be aware of those companies, because those companies, they don't last long. And as it gets hotter and it gets more birds, more birds out there, more crap that you have to pick up, more stuff that you got to clean off the solar panels, off the roof, cleaning the roof. That all costs money. I did one job by myself, $1,800 by myself. Took me 8 hours. Took us 8 hours. 8 hours. And it wasn't that much. It wasn't that many arrays. But that's okay. It was just me. I didn't have to pay anybody else. We both went out, had a nice meal after that. But you know what? It's all in a company pocket. It all went into the company's pocket. And I felt good about it because we did a great job. Customer was happy, left us a great Google review, and we were good with that. So Petra says, "Hi, T. Carolyn. Hey, Petra. I text you. I was outside watering my orange plants." That's what it said. Orange plants. They're orange. Carlos Garcia says, "You mentioned the mailers. How successful have they been?"
They just mailed them out. I want to say about a week ago, maybe a week and a half, and we started getting a lot of calls on the flyers.
Yeah.
So I say so far it's been good. So you may want to look into that in your area. I don't know where you're from, Carlos Garcia.
Carlos Garcia. Yeah, I don't know where you're from, but to be honest, I'm going to actually increase my mailers in different cities. So I have an option to pick cities of where I want the mailers to go and how many are going to go in certain locations. And I'm probably going to put them in about 5 or 6 cities here in Los Angeles. That's going to target bird proofing, and it's going to target solar panel cleaning. And to me, just starting out with the mailers, they've been doing really well. What's the next question?
An LLC, you can only have 250,000 gross sales, or 250.
Yeah,
$250.
an LLC, you can only have $250,000 in gross sales every single year. Once you're over that, you have to pay higher taxes. That's for the tax people. I mean, I don't want to get into that because I don't want to be giving out tax advice. But since you mention it, we're just reading it off. But yeah, talk to your tax accountant and see which LLC would be best for you if you're looking at that. Quentin says, okay, thanks. Yeah, no problem. I mean, Quentin, on that last question, I'm sorry I didn't finish that up for you. $2,700 is, I mean, yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, if 42 panels, I don't know how many arrays that there are. I don't know if they're Spanish tile.
And how much work you have to put under the panels.
How many pigeons you got to remove. So all that comes into play, right? So when I go out and I do bird proofing, and I let the customer know. I let them know right away. I said, look, if I got to remove pigeons, it's extra. If I got to go out there and take babies out, it's extra. And if I got to clean up a bunch of feces underneath the panels, I got to lift the panels, take the panels up, clean out underneath, and do that, it's extra. So he's saying 2 arrays, flat roof. Yeah, that's, if it's a flat roof, more power to you. That's even better. If it's Spanish tile, then it gets a little bit more difficult because you got to work within the grooves, right? So, but yeah, there's a lot of that comes into play. Never sell yourself cheap because you'll be surprised how many people pay the money out there. They want to get rid of the pigeons. Those pigeons are cooing at 4 o'clock in the morning on top of their roof. It gets to a point where they're calling you because they can't stand it. Think of it that way. So you price yourself whatever you're worth. If you think you're worth $500, price it at $500. If you were me and you wanted to price it the way I price it, well, you're in the ballpark. $2,700, $3,500, $3,000, whatever you are worth. So that's the best advice I can give you because they can call anybody and they can get the job done from anybody. You got a lot of competition. I don't worry about my competition. I have tons of competition out there. I worry about getting that particular customer and making sure that we get them and let them know what we can do. What makes our company stand out from all these other companies. That's what I point out to them. And if I'm able to do that, and they say green light, we start ordering the stuff and we get the stuff going and we schedule them right there and then. Solar Washers Plus is cleaning that bird poo sucks. No way am I doing it for cheap. No, you shouldn't. You should never do bird proofing for cheap. You are taking live birds out. Look at the video that we did, where I literally took out 5 pigeons that were stubborn, didn't want to leave, and I had to lift panels in order to get them out. And that didn't take an hour. That took a little bit longer, but we finally got them out. We trapped them, we got them out, and they were good. But it does take time. Tara Lynn says, does Susan get on the roof every job?
Not every job. If he's doing just a cleaning, then.
If it's bird proofing, yes. She helps me. She gets up there.
I do videos.
And then she also helps out with the mesh. She does a lot of things for me up on the roof itself. But yes, to answer your question, she just purchased, and I didn't even know this. I was like, are those new shoes you have on? Are those work boots you have on? And she bought work boots. And I didn't even know until I saw my credit card. And then I knew. I was like, oh, she bought work boots. Yeah, but that's okay. They were for work. It's a tax write-off.
But I get up there, yeah. Am I afraid to get up there? Honestly, yes. But I know Henry needs the help,
Yeah.
and if I can get up there without a problem, then he'll help me get up there. And I stand in the middle. I don't go on the edge too much. I stay towards the middle, and I feel safe. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, she does get up on the roof quite a bit. Not so much for solar panel cleaning because I'd rather have her down on the bottom, shutting the engine off or turning it back on, or pulling extra hose when I need it. I can handle that myself out there. And usually we're done in 10 minutes anyway. 10, 15 minutes, we're done and we're out, off to the next job. Modern Addiction says, how do you set the mailing service up? Honestly, I couldn't tell you because they contacted me and they use me as our company as a guinea pig. They set out free mailers. So the service that we use was free until they can prove themselves. And so we have to contact them back and find out how much it's going to cost us to do that. We wanted to see if it was going to be successful. In my eyes, people were calling and people were getting prices. And we knew that because it was in one particular area in Orange County. So we concentrated just on that and that's it. But it actually worked. So that'll be another part of my marketing that I'm going to be doing because I can concentrate in certain areas and hit those areas by mailers. And we had asked for the mailer from the customer, and he did a really nice job. A really nice job, and it looked really good. Front to back, QR code, $20 off your first cleaning. And so, we we've been getting calls, and so I was happy about that because it was working. So, but I'm not sure if you're a super duper fan or not, Carlos. But if you take the super duper fan and you become a super duper fan, I'll be more than happy to give you that information and go from there. So, okay. Solar Washers Plus. No, we're past that point. Give me the next one. Quentin says, more expensive the neighborhood, it seems like they are looking for the best price. Yeah, everybody looks for a great price, right? We had a customer call us today and said, yeah, you seem a little expensive. And I said, you get what you pay for. And I said, you can find somebody else, but they're not going to go and clean your panels as much as we are. They're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. And I sent him a picture of some micro cracks in the solar panels from somebody who cleaned panels a while back and caused some issues with some micro cracks. And I said, you get what you pay for. And he goes, okay, great. I'll think about it. And usually you're not going to get every single customer. You're not. Don't waste your time on somebody who's on the fence. You provide a service. That service, if you do a good job, then have confidence in yourself to even tell that customer, you know what, you get what you pay for. We know we do a good job. This is what we charge, and we're not going any cheaper. Because I've said this many, many times before, is when people go out and they give prices and they give discounts, customers know that the last price that was given. I'll give you a good example. When I first started out, I was doing 2-story homes when I first started, and this was the first month when I didn't even know what I was doing, right? I didn't know how to price. I didn't know how to do that. A customer called me the other day. He's a repeat customer, and I've cleaned his house 4 times already. And he says, can you give me the price when you first gave it to me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? And I'm going to tell you that, guys. I'm going to tell you the price. It was a 2-story house. it had 47 panels on the 2-story house, and I did that. Do you remember how much it was?
No, I don't.
The one guy, the little over $100,
Mm,
130. So I gave him a price at $130 for a 2-story house.
oh yeah.
$130. And what he did is he said, "Can you give me that same price? I watch you on YouTube all the time. I do this and I do that." I said, "You know what? This is my 4th time. No problem." And I gave it to him at that price. When I got off that roof, I said to myself, that was not worth it, because I could have charged him double of what I charged other people double of what I charged him. So for me, it wasn't worth it to go up there and do the 2-story house, Spanish tile, 47 panels, cleaning them, and get a check for $130. And this is why I talk about it's better if you price high than price low. If you price low, you can never go high. If you price high, you can always lower your prices. And even if they say it's too much, they have an option to say, well, you know what? Okay, let's do it. So even if you price high, let's say $500 for the job, and they say, go ahead, and you didn't expect them to pay $500, guess what? You made $500 off the one job. And there's a few people on here that price extremely high, and I know who they are. And guess what? You can ask them, and they'll turn around and tell you they're still pricing high and they're still making the money that they're making. You're talking $800 for solar panel cleaning, $700 for solar panel cleaning, and you know who you are. You're on here, and you know exactly who you are. And I said, I cannot charge those prices here in California. I can't. In your area, I'm surprised, but they're paying it. So everybody has their own price. Okay? Everybody has their own price.
Petra says, what tools do you use to take panels off? And what do you do about the wire?
There's a tool called a ZEP tool. That ZEP tool will take the skirts off. The cosmetic, okay? Not everybody can get those. You got to be an installer, or you have to know somebody in the business. Now, you can go out there and you could take those off. What I do is I take them off, I put the mesh underneath it, and then I'll put the skirt right back on, and you can't see the mesh. There's some people that will screw into them. I've seen them out there on Instagram, on TikTok. Those guys out there, the king of whatever, bird proofing, and you watch some of those videos and you see that they put these clips right on the skirt itself. Yeah, not a good thing to do. Not a very good thing to do. You got there's a ZEP tool, and there's another tool that you can use, but those tools are $250 to $500 on I think eBay and a few other places.
Well, Spotless Solar Experts says, Petra, you need an impact 1/2-inch socket.
Oh, are you talking about the? Okay, what I thought Petra was talking about the skirts themselves.
No, she's talking about the taking off the
okay,
panels.
so the solar panels themselves.
He says they sell wire clips to secure them to the side lip of the panel so they don't hang.
Yeah, there's you can literally, there's 4 screws that you can take off between the panels and lift the panel up if you want to. Just got to be really, really careful, because once you lift that up, there's nothing holding it down. So it can slide down, or it could rip out. You can rip out the wires itself. The wires are usually up on top. Be really, really careful. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. But we remove birds by lifting up panels, and we put everything back exactly the way it was because we know how to do it. So, but yeah. Go ahead.
JJG, how do you bird-proof a Tesla solar panel system?
We do it all the time.
They seem to have cosmetic plate around the base.
Yeah, that's the one we were talking about. You got the ZEP tool that we use. Yeah, so JJG, there's tools out there to remove the skirts, and you got to find out what those are. Just Google it. I'm sure you'll find something out there, but eBay has them for Tesla skirts and stuff like that. But they're $400 or $500 easy on some of them. I mean, you might find some a little cheaper. You may get lucky, but who knows.
Quentin says, do you find being able to speak Spanish been advantage?
I still don't speak Spanish.
He doesn't speak Spanish. I do. But we haven't really run into a lot of customers that are Spanish speaking. The ones that have called him are ones that have questions about starting their solar panel business.
About the business itself. We had one call
in Puerto Rico and where else? Florida.
There's a lot of Spanish speaking.
Not so much customers that we clean their panels for. It's rare, but yeah. But if there is, I can answer their questions for them because I speak Spanish.
Yeah, there you go. Jacob Rosas, Solar Spa LLC in the house. Let me know where you guys are from. Give me cities, guys. Let me know where you're from, so I know exactly where you're from. KSD Solar Panel Cleaning. What's up, Henry? What's going on? I have my sidekick Susan over here. She you say hello to her also. Tara Lynn says, do you do solar panel cleaning and bird proofing on 3-story homes? Yeah, we do. Those are a little bit more trickier. You either have to have a super, super long ladder, or I have videos of us renting a boom lift and going up to 3-story homes and bird proofing. I charge for the boom lift. So if I need a boom lift, customer's paying for it for the day. And we have 8 hours to go out there and do bird proofing and cleaning, but we are using a lift for the 3-story homes. That there's some out there in Anaheim that goes straight up. There's no balcony, nothing on the sides. And it's just, you look at it and it's like, wow, these builders basically put this up there and had scaffolding, took it down, and then that's it. They didn't figure out other than renting a boom lift to get up there, and that's what I do. So,
JJG, do you have to pay someone to get your website on the first page of Google?
Yes. Yeah, I got a very, very good marketing firm. I pay thousands of dollars a month for it. Take a look at my website. I will put it on there. It is www.socalsolarpanelwashing.com. Take a look at my website.
They are a very good marketing company, and they actually have what they've done has been working a lot.
We get phone calls all day long. We're actually open till 8 o'clock tonight. It's 7:15, and we're open because they're not cheap. Yeah. They are not cheap at all.
And they're an easy phone call away. You can email them. They'll get back to you within the same day or the next day.
Anything that goes wrong, if there's anything that
you notice something different about your webpage or something you want to add on to it,
I add on. I give them a call and they do it, no problem. They go out there and they're very good at what they do. And when it comes to marketing, they're experts at it. They put if you look at my website, go to my tab up at the very top, you'll see every single city for residential, and you'll see every single city for commercial. And that is it being optimized to where I'm being seen in all those cities. So, and that right there is pretty impressive. Tara Lynn said, okay, well, hold on.
Oh, Super Clean Bros.
The Super Clean Bros. Hello, guys. What's going on?
Oh.
Carolyn says, JJG, don't do it. The first page of Google deal might involve fake reviews and Google will shut it down. That's the thing, Carolyn. We don't do fake reviews. There's other people that are doing fake reviews, but you know what? Let them get shut down. That's more business for you. If you're doing things legit, we have a marketing company that does reviews. Okay. What they do is let's explain that process because I want to make sure that it's clear. When we go out there and we finish up with a job, what do? When we want to get a review, what do?
We send them the link to the review and they get it on their phone and all they have to do is click on it and there's a little form or they fill out the review and that's it.
I send a link from my phone, okay? And that link, it goes directly to my phone. So when I go out there and I send that to them, what they do is they just click on the link on the phone itself and then they can leave a review. Those are not fake reviews. They leave whatever we want. We basically will tell a customer, you know, we are on Google. If you don't mind leaving us a review, that would be great. And they go, well, you know what? We're on Yelp. And we do Yelp. Absolutely do Yelp. I don't care. That's fine. It doesn't matter where it's going, whether it's Yelp, whether it's Bing, whether it's Google, you name it. Nextdoor, it doesn't matter. As long as it's legit, and a lot of these companies now, like Google, are verifying these accounts. So they're checking to see if the person that actually is going to leave the review for you is a Google customer. Okay. So we have no control over that. All we can do is send them the link and say, leave a review. Now, if that didn't work, okay, I asked them and what have you. When we charge on a credit card, say they pay by credit card, we have a marketing company that when they get the charge from the credit card, they have their email address and they will automatically send them a reminder to leave a review. And it's the first hour that we, as soon as that charge goes in, it's the first hour, then it's the next day, then it's the next 3 days, and then it's the next 7 days. If they don't leave a review, that's it. They don't leave a review. But we have a marketing company that charges that we pay for it. We pay $200 a month for that marketing company just to do that for us. Even though I still ask for it, I still have the marketing company when anybody charges on credit card or we send them a receipt through email or through text, they automatically will drip them as a reminder to leave a review. And that works really well too. So there's many ways of doing it. But if you're asking people to say, you know, go out there and leave me a fake review, yeah, you don't want to do that. Because a lot of times now, especially now, they know if you've been to that location. What I do is I take pictures before and after. That's my proof that I was actually there and the service was being done. And so I don't have any problems at all with us ever getting shut down with Google. They just won't shut us down because we do everything legit. So just letting you know about that. I think, Carolyn, I don't know if you had some issues with some fake reviews or something. But yeah, I mean, she brought it up. So David, in our first month in business, closed the 80 panel 2-story for $900 and got $100 tip. Wow. And another 45 panel home for $750. higher than I price now, but funny business stories. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's guys out here doing it. There's guys out here that are actually charging a lot of money, which, hey, it's more power to you. I would rather you charge a lot of money and get the business than very little money and get the business. I'll tell you the reason why is because you can always drop your prices, and that's the nice thing. So they always remember, and if they call you back 6 months down the road and you say, you know what, instead of $900, I'll do it for $400, that's a deal to them. And if they paid the $900 and now they're paying $400 for the exact same thing, and you got better equipment, you can go out there and clean these things fairly quickly, why not get that done? Before I knew how to price at all, I was using the Home Depot extension pole and brushes. I know, Henry, you won't like me for that. No. You know what? Listen, there's guys out here on YouTube that have sprayers from nozzles from the customers, and they're spraying it off, and they're saying, make $300 an hour cleaning solar panels. You've seen those videos, right? And they're out there with that, and they got the bucket and the mop that you just talked about from Home Depot, and you see them doing this. Make $300 an hour. Watch my video where I got my C1000 and I'm cleaning 20 panels in 2 minutes. I'm out here cleaning this and I'm done. And I make it look so easy. I'm 57 years old. I still get up there and I spend less than 10 minutes up there if I can, cleaning panels, and I'm out.
And
you
the customer was worried that Henry was going to fall.
Oh, today we had a customer that sat out there and watched me do everything. And you know what? I did her a favor. She had skylights. I got my C1000 and I cleaned her skylights with my C1000 and it came out beautiful. And she was happy about that, along with all the other panels that she had. That was clean, and I did that in less than 15 minutes.
And I was on the bottom, and she asked me, "Oh, so how's it going?" I said, "Oh, he's done." She's like, "Oh,
yeah, oh,
quick."
That's it. So,
and she liked his gutter guard. On his
ladder. Yeah, she was like, "Where'd you get that gutter guard from?" I was like, "Oh, Amazon." Jacob. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see here. Right here. Solar Washers Plus says, I have a ZEP tool, but can't figure out how to remove the bottom skirts. Side skirts are easy. Yeah. You have to look at videos for that, to be honest. I mean, I can't really tell you too much because every single skirt is different, when it comes down to that. Jacob Rosa says, I'm in Arizona. Great. Spotless Solar Experts is in LA County. Jonathan Rosario, when you bird proof, do you turn the power off? No. Heck no. Why would you shut a system down when it doesn't need it?
Never, even while cleaning, you never, ever, ever touch the power.
I have a tool that I just showed there. It's the pin, and that pin I check for live voltage. And if you got light voltage, I won't touch it. But if I don't have light voltage, I'll work on those things all day long. Jonathan, you want to make sure that you never shut a customer's solar panels off. Think about this. Do you shut off the solar panels when it rains? Every time when it rains, do you shut off your solar panels? The answer is no. Because they're made for outside. So when you're doing bird proofing, you don't shut them off. That's the worst thing that you can do. So a lot of guys will have apps and they'll check their app and they can actually see what's going on at that time. And you don't want to shut off anybody's system at all. Because if it doesn't come back on, guess what happens? They got to call the solar company. They got to send somebody out. It could be a week, it could be 2 before somebody gets out here, and they're not able to see what they're producing for those 2 weeks because their app is not working because the system was shut down. You never shut a system down. All right. Jacob says, I sent the link for the review too. Awesome. Great. JJG says, thanks, Henry. I will be using a small car to get to my first jobs. I plan to buy a truck or van as soon as possible. What folding compact ladders do you recommend?
What equipment does he have?
I have no idea what JJG has, but I can tell you right now, I first started out what we call a telescopic ladder. A telescopic ladder goes straight up and down, and you can put that in the trunk of your car, or you can put it in the back seat of your car, no problem. It folds up to like maybe 2.5 feet, 3 feet. Yeah, and you just put that. You can put that in your van very easily. Telescopic ladder is probably what you want to look at if you're just starting out. Great. It doesn't fold in an A-frame or anything like that. It goes straight up and straight down, and really good ladder. You've seen me use it on my videos. Take a look at it. And while you're on the ladder topic, how do you secure a ladder if a home does not have fascia or rafting sticking out? There are other ways of doing that. There is a tool that could be used for rain gutters. You can put them on each side. They're red and yellow. They're very expensive, but you can use those. Also, you can use a ladder guard. I have those in the description of my ladder videos. But look at the ladder guard. That has a foam on the inside, so it keeps it from sliding back and forth, and that goes directly onto the rain gutters. Sorry, not the ladder guard, but rain gutter guard. You can use those, and that is pretty secure by doing that. Carolyn says, I know you don't get fake reviews. I was saying to people who will contact businesses offering a package. Oh, okay. To get you on the first page of Google. Okay, that makes sense, Carolyn. She is talking about companies out there. And when you first start your company, your solar panel cleaning company, you're going to get a lot of advertisers. You're going to get a lot of people calling you. And most of the people you're going to find either from overseas, they're going to call you and they go, I can get you on the first page of Google. Oh, your Google is, your business is not being found, this or that. This is why you got to have a great marketing company. Even with my marketing company, I have people filling out the forms saying, we can get you on the first page of Google. I contact the marketing company. I let them know of them leaving that form on there, and the marketing company will call them back and deal with them and say, what are you doing different that we're not doing? Because we're marketing for him. And usually they hang up at that point. So, but yeah, great question. Part of the deal involves reviews that aren't from real customers. Those are fake reviews. Absolutely. But right now that I know of, Carolyn, Google is really cracking down on that, because there are guys out there that are not even in the state leaving reviews, and they're cracking down on that, and they're just taking them off. So, but yeah, it was a great question. Spotless Solar Expert says, JJG, you can use a Gorilla ladder. They're foldable and sturdy. I like them. That's what I use for the one-story homes, or double jump to the two-story homes. Little Giants with the telescopic, Quentin says also. I have all those ladders. I have the Little Giant ladders. I also have the Gorilla ladders, and I also have the telescopic ladders. But those are all good ladders to start off with. I'm actually probably going to be putting up a ladder rack on the top of the van, and having a 28-foot ladder and a 32-foot ladder that I'll be using for some bird proofing, because sometimes I can't get on the side of that. But yeah, look into those. They're on Amazon. They're on Home Depot. They're on Lowe's. You can find them in the store, $300 and some each, in the ballpark for the bigger ladders. Smaller ladders, $100 to $200 is what you're looking at. So, all right. Well, hopefully you guys learned quite a bit today as far as starting the business, what you need, what you should be doing, your income, of what you should be out there, charging customers, equipment that you should be having, equipment that you should be using. How do you want to start off? Do you want to start off full time? Do you want to just do it as part time, doing it at night after work, or do you want to go out there and be a weekend warrior and just go out there and do the solar panel cleaning service just on the weekend? It just depends how much and how serious you want to go about doing this business. And, when we talk about, companies contacting us and saying, put in a bid for 5,000 solar panels, 10,000 solar panels, and we need you to start next week, you got to be prepared for stuff like that, because it's going to happen, especially during the summer months. You'll be surprised. When you least expect it, mark my words, when you least expect it, be prepared for somebody to come up to you and say, I own a business and I have 2,000 panels on top of the roof. Can you give me a bid on that? And you got to be prepared for it. If you're not, you're not going to go to that next level. You're not going to go out there and excel yourself and expand yourself out there to where you can do these big Fortune 500 companies. And there's a lot of them out there. The Costco's, the Targets, the UPS's, the big corporations, the FedExes, you name them. You can go out there and clean 5,000, 10,000 solar panels they have up on the roof. That's a good payday for you. And, if you can clean them every other month, that's even a better payday. If you can clean them every 3 months, that's even a better payday. Remember this, guys. Commercial accounts get their stuff cleaned more frequently than residential. Residential is only twice a year. Some of these companies know how valuable it is to keep the lights on. Walk into any Target and do me a favor. Look up. See how many LED lights are up on that ceiling. Those are all being ran by solar panels. And if you can become a vendor like I am, if you can become a vendor, why not go out there and clean those panels? So with that being said, anything is possible. Anything. Do you have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Happy Father's Day this weekend for all the fathers out there.
Is it Father's Day?
Mm-hmm. This weekend.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Happy Father's Day this weekend, I guess.
It's on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, Jonathan says, I've always learned something new every time. Thanks, Henry. I appreciate all the info. And JJG, thanks, everyone. I look into those ladders. No problem. Thank you guys for coming on. Do not forget to smash the like button. And if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate that. I have 172 brand new subscribers this month. So thank you guys for coming on to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate you guys. And this channel is growing bigger and bigger every single month. And it's because of the content that we go out there and we give you guys. And hopefully you learn something. Hopefully you go out there and keep following us. We appreciate that. We'll still be out there smashing out these videos, putting the videos out there. I know Susan loves to get out there and do videos for me. She
Mhm.
loves it.
Mhm.
She eats that shit up.
Yeah, because I like taking pictures and recording.
Today, I saw her taking pictures of flowers.
Yes. If I'm out on a job and I see pretty flowers, I will take pictures of them.
Yeah.
Or the clouds. If it's a cloudy day.
The camera is either down on the ground or up at the sky.
Mhm.
Not on me. Just so you know that. All right, guys. With that being said, thank you guys for coming on. We appreciate that. Thank you for the thumbs up. Tara Lynn says, yes, flowers, no problem. That's a woman for you. So we appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys next week, okay? Coming on. So you never know. We may come on sooner to that. But thank you guys for watching. It's been an hour and a half. We'll catch you guys on the next video.
Tara Lynn, go Knights.
Go Knights.
Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
They will be the champions.
They're being the champions, as you guys can see. She's watching them right now as we speak. See you guys. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.